Yeah, Shams, if you could just clarify a situation for me. A-Rod and his partner were going to be the owners of the T-Wolves, and then they just kind of dropped the ball and never made an offer in time, and now the guy's not selling. What the hell's going on there? Aren't the T-Wolves on their way back up? Like, why would A-Rod and his partner not buy the team? What's going on there?
No, so stay with me. This is a lot. Alex Rodriguez, Mark.
I don't have the time, Shams. How long? This is a long story.
I'll run down quick. I'll run down quick.
I need
Alex Rodriguez, Mark Lowry. They bought into the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2021, early in 2021. It was an installment process over the next 3 years. They've been hitting the deadlines, but buying chunks at a time. They were at 40%. They had to buy the final majority stake by March 27th. They had to submit their financial documents to the NBA, to Glenn Taylor, and they did a week prior to that. On, I believe, March 20th, they submitted the documents to the league, to Glenn Taylor. Glenn Taylor, then March 28th, last week, comes out and says he is not going to sell anymore. He's not selling the team to them. His characterization was the entire deal, the money should have been wired, NBA approval should have been done. Everything should have been done by March 27th. That's what, in his mind, the contract stipulated. It was a $1.5 billion sale price. That team is now worth almost 2 times the price. So let's keep that in mind in the backdrop. Glenn Taylor says they were both late on payments at different points. They obviously, to me, Alex Rodriguez and Mark Lowry have both denied that. I said we've hit every single deadline that was necessary. We followed the guidelines, and Glenn Taylor has seller's remorse. Alex Rodriguez told me it is now personal. We can be in this fight for 5 to 10 years. Whatever, we're not going to let go. Mark Lowry tells me we'll use every ounce of effort to enforce the contract that Glenn Taylor broke. So this is going to be a process, and this is going to go to mediation. This is going to go to arbitration. We'll see where this ends up. But this is literally 2 sides of a battle. It's a war for the Timberwolves that we'll see how long it'll play out.
Man, the amount of negotiation and good faith and deals and everything like that, and seller's remorse that is taking place here because of how hot the team is and how big the team is getting. So if they're at 40%, they probably need to buy another 11%, right, to get to 51%. And
I think it was going to be for another 40%. So I think the goal was to get the final. Yeah, to get
so 1.5
to 80%.
billion times 0.4 equals $600 million is what they were supposed to wire on the 27th, is what the old owners
Another $600 million. Yep. They were supposed to wire. Well, the owner says everything should have been sent. The wire, the money should have been in my account. The NBA also.
I don't see it in my bank account. Deal's done.
That's basically what Glenn Taylor was saying. And meanwhile, Alex Rodriguez, Mark Lowry are saying all we had to do by March 27th was send you basically the invoice, right? Like send you the signed documents, and then once the NBA, which the NBA has its own process, they have to do a board of governors, all the owners, all the governors, they then approve the new incoming ownership. And Mark Lowry, Alex Rodriguez, they believe they were entitled to 90 more days of an extension with the NBA to approve them. And Glenn Taylor says, no, there is no extension. There's none of that. All the money should have been in. The NBA should have approved it. So it's
what
really
happens
going to
with
be
the $600 million for the first 40%? Glenn Taylor keeps that?
They're still right now. Mark Lowry, Alex Rodriguez still own that 40% of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So they're just now.
Wow. This guy got $600 million.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys got 40%. Sweet. My team's worth $2.5 billion now. I still got 60%. Everybody can eat shit.
And he can keep running the team. And Glenn Taylor, listen, he's been around. He's been owning that team since the 90s. And I think the fact that this team is now where they're at, the fact that they're winning at this level, Anthony Edwards is I mean, obviously brought so much excitement to Minnesota. And I think Glenn Taylor even said on the record,
see here,
the fact that this team
Clause 7
is
right here.
The fact that this team is owned 2 times more now definitely plays a part.
I was supposed to have $600 million in my bank account. You see this? Look, Clause 40, Section 197 of this $1.5 billion sale. It says clearly right here, in bank account. I just tried to buy a $500 million yacht. You know what I couldn't afford? $500 million yacht, because I didn't have your $600 million in my bank account by March 27th. Thank you for the $600 million that you got at a good deal. Team is now worth $2.5 billion. Your money's already almost doubled in this time. Congratulations on your stake. My team, and now they're partners, right? Now they're partners technically.
Now they're partners, except Glenn Taylor is the controlling majority. After I will say,
These
Mark
billionaires are
Rodriguez,
awesome. These billionaires are out of control.
This is a billionaire's battle. This is like the ultimate billionaire.
Yeah.
This is a billionaire war right now that's going on, and it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get ugly. And the one thing Mark Lowry and Alex Rodriguez have done in Minnesota, they brought a different aura. They brought a different energy there, and it was really their hiring of Tim Connolly from Denver. He comes in as the president in Minnesota, signs a 5-year, $40 million deal. That was a massive coup for them a couple years ago to get Tim Connolly there in Minnesota. And the fact that they feel like they've brought this aura that's now elevated Minnesota, and now Glenn Taylor's coming in. It's like, no. This is my thing. He's a movie
character. Can we pull up what this guy looks like so I can at least see this? Yeah, good hire with that Tim Connolly. That's why we brought you in to buy 40% of the company.
Boy.
That's why we did that. So Alex Rodriguez, they feel like they're the ones that basically, because it was their team of the future, so they started making decisions for the team. Glenn Taylor kind of handed off the team. You guys are running the team. It's yours of the future. We agreed to a deal. Then he started having success.
That's essentially been happening since 2021, yeah.
Look at this
guy.
This guy doesn't give a damn about what you thought was going to happen. Look at that Windsor tie. Look how big those collars are.
Wow.
That dude's been wearing that suit for 30 years, and you think you're just going to come waltz in and get my company that is now worth $1 billion more? I don't think so.
With a head like that, normally you have a glass bowl over top of it, too.
Or at least a monocle.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, something like that.
A little hood.
Good luck out there, Glenn. Feels like you're probably in the way wrong here, and people are going to judge you for it, but hey, Minnesota Timberwolves up and to the right.
Yeah, gotta love that.
Up and to the right.
You know what's crazy? It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It's about what's in the fine print and what can the lawyers. I believe Mark Lowry, Alex Rodriguez, they've hired Wachtell, the law firm.
Whoa!
So this is going to be a battle that's going to play out in the courts in arbitration.
I gave you guys jerseys. Okay,
Look at these fools.
I gave you guys your jerseys.
That's cool.
I wonder if it's like, I just watched Succession, so I assume everything's like that. I wonder if this guy's kids are like, we got to get out of the deal.
Yeah.
We got to get out of the deal. We got to figure out how to get out of the deal. And I would like to reiterate to all these billionaires, that's why you guys made these contracts so long. Just needs to be one page.
Yep. Simple.
Just one page. Just clearly roll everything out.
If usually this is sometimes how this stuff plays out, though, right? But if the incumbent owner wants to get the deal done, the deal usually gets done. If you need it to extend, if you need to do a grace period, if Alex Rodriguez, Mark Lowry do need another 60 days, like there's a grace period, right? There's a relationship there. But these two sides, they haven't really spoken much. The relationship has really suffered over the last several months. It's not what it was when they first started this relationship in 2021. And Glenn Taylor clearly does not want to sell.
Well, I can't wait to watch. I didn't know this was happening. Now I'm all in. But as a casual, this is awesome news to hear that these types of villain movie characters still exist in our world right now.
A-Rod will fight tooth and nail. I mean, he's already been slandered to the point where, like, 10 years ago, everyone hated his guts. He was, like, the worst guy on the face of the earth. He doesn't care. Like, Glenn Taylor's head kind of looks like a baseball. A-Rod might grab a nice, strong oak or maple bat, and bust this fucking guy's head open.
Like Ice Cube and Straight Outta Compton.
Exactly.
Yes. When he walks into that little turtle-looking guy's office.
Jerry Heller.
And boom!
Yeah.
A-Rod, like, welcome to the show, Glenn.
Yeah.
This is one of the greatest hitters of all time.
Your brains.
With his office.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll hit him in the head, because if he was to hit this guy's head, it would literally crack.
Explode.
Yeah. I mean,
how old is that head? Do we know how old this guy is? He's got to be 90 at least.
102.
76.
He seems like he holds a grudge like an 80-year-old.
Those are not 76-year-old eyes.
Yeah, he needs to use Papa too. He's 82. 82.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, he's lived then.
He needs Papa too, you're right.
He does.
Those 82-year-olds, though, those 80-year-olds, they've been through it. They've lived a long time.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen a lot of changes to things.
A lot of errors.
I would assume Glenn Taylor not exactly thrilled about a lot of the changes that has taken place, just by judging.
Yeah.
Just
a guess.
Just by
observations.
By look, and we don't know him. We don't know him, but we're kind of, this is just us just going to assumption land, which is not always great, but what a movie character.
Yeah.
I guess that would potentially be the next step, right? Is like we've seen guys in the NBA get their teams basically stripped from them. Is like A-Rod and Mark Lowry just be like, all right, we're going to get the best private investigators in the world, and we're going to dig up every fucking ounce of dirt.
Hey, you got any Sterling in you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you do. Take a look at you.